With your host, Ian Ferguson and Ricky Ventures. It's time for the STEM Dialogue, the podcast that exposes students to the world of science, technology, engineering, and math in a new light.
Hey, what's up, STEM world? We are back with you for another week of the STEM Dialogue. What's going on? What's going on? This is your host, Ricky Ventures, and here with our co-host, Ian Ferguson. Ian, what's good, man? How you doing?
What's going on, man? It's been a minute since we got to do this.
Yup, man. The summer got away from us, man, and I was really enjoying it, man. Really enjoying the summer, man. My family, they were away for a few weeks. Well, near 4.5 weeks to be exact. And not just my kids' world, my wife as well, all away from me. But I can't complain because we were busy this summer. We had a couple of mentorship programs that we were doing. I was doing at Morgan State.
Man, that was awesome, man. Yeah. I loved it, man. Yeah. I really did.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that in a second. And then we had a couple other engagements, man. I got to speak at a major STEM conference, and a couple weeks ago, that was amazing as well. And man, we just been moving. So we've been blessed, really been enjoying this summer. And now we're coming towards the back half of the summer. It's like, all right, man, let's get things in gear. The kids are gonna be going back to school soon. Like I said, the family's back home, trying to get some things together in the house, ready for school, get the school shopping going, start getting them back on their routine.
Yeah, you got all of them in school this year, right?
All of them, yes. All of them in school, man. My youngest one, finally starting kindergarten. But I don't know, Ian, man. I'm kind of nervous with him, man. I am kind of nervous with him. I got to see him pulling the stunt of, the first day of school. The bus comes. And he's like, I don't want to get on the bus. I can see him doing it. He's like, I don't want to get on the bus. And
let me tell you something, man. Easier mine. He can't be worse than me when I was his age, man. I don't think I ever told you this. I had terrible separation anxiety to the point. No, man, it was bad. Like, I think I stressed my parents out. Like, I needed help. So I literally used to run out of the school building into the parking lot. Like, I used to run out the school building, try to run down the street, catch the car. It got to the point, Ricky, I know this is bad. Only like a couple people remember this. So I got to the point, man, that I had to go to a guidance counselor every day.
Wow.
Every day. I would go to the counselor. And then it got worse. Wow. He would have to come grab me out of class and take me. And then after that, I would have to go into this little this room in the nurse's office, like a crazy person. I got the little bed and nothing, that's it. And I was in there for about a couple months. I was going there every day. I wasn't even going to class anymore. I would come to school and they would take me to this little room by myself. I remember, I got it in my mind, Ricky, like running out to school. I still remember running out to school through the bus loop. And they tried, teachers coming out. I grabbed the pole. It was like a little sign, to say buses only or something.
Yeah.
And I remember them pulling my ankles. I was grabbing onto the pole. Like, it was bad, man. It was bad. So whatever Caleb was going to do, I just want you to know.
Oh, man, he better not do that, man. Oh, yeah, my goodness.
I think they might have thought I was a little psycho coming up.
Oh, man, he better not do that. They're probably like, man, I wonder what happened to that kid that used to run out of school.
Yeah.
Man.
Only a couple people remember that. That's just like one of those things that doesn't get brought up.
And what grade was you again? That was kindergarten, you said?
This is kindergarten.
Man. That's bad, man. That's really bad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he better not pull that. He better not pull that. But man, I'm just having thoughts right now. Like, what am I gonna do if that's what he does? And honestly, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stay close to home the first couple of days. Because I just know I'm not even going to play myself. I know he's going to try to do something. But once he gets into the environment,
he might be around the other kids and snap out of it.
I mean, once he gets there, he'll be good. I mean, it's just that beginning phase of like, all right, getting on this bus. All right, you're not going to be with us, and just hopefully his brothers build that.
But his brother's on the same bus, right?
He don't care about that, man.
Oh.
Don't care nothing about that, man. If his mommy's not there, I'm out there, he ain't going.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, man, like we was mentioning, man, the male mentorship program that we did with Morgan State, man, it was phenomenal. We had around 20 guys, a little less than 20 guys there.
Yeah.
And man, it was an eye opener for me, Ian. It was a real eye opener to what some of these students are going through, man. We're expecting them to become men, but yet they're dealing with so much stuff in their lives.
The eye opener for me is how numb they are. They don't even know that what they're going through is not normal.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm sitting there.
I could have swore it had to be 2 of them that didn't raise their hand when we say who saw somebody get shot before.
Yeah.
Out of 20 kids, like 2 of them didn't raise their hand.
Yeah. I'm like, yo, this is the reality of a lot of these students, man. You look like, man, what else can I do to really just be that influence and just be that support for them? And they're all bright young men. Oh, yeah. I will, bet on any of them, man, to do very well. It's just that environment that they have to go through every single day, and the distraction of it that takes them away from, really being able to focus on life and where they are in life. Like you said, they are desensitized, if I said that right, to I always get tripped up saying that word. To what life is. One young kid said, my 2 older sisters are dead. And they weren't like older, like 10, 15 years. You're talking about like 2 years older than them.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't really talk about my problems. I'm like, I don't talk about my problems. I don't. It's like, man. But at the end of it, man, you can see how they received everything that we said very well. They really embraced it, man. They were really excited. We were able to give them a copy of the book, and man, they cherished that, man. And not one person left without getting a book, And that right there meant a lot. Meant a whole lot.
On some good news as far as that impact.
Yeah.
I got a DM on Instagram last night. From a direct message DM.
Yeah. Come on, man.
I thought you said what? My fault. So it was from one of the moms of the student in our Inventors program.
Oh wow, nice.
And she said that she said, Ian, I don't know what clicked, but he has been doing awesome these last couple weeks.
Wow.
And he did a whole flip because he went on a little downhill after Inventors when I talked to you. She said, I don't know what clicked, but she's like, I hope he keep it up during this school year. But she said this past month, he has been and she sent it out the blue, Wow.
So
I was like, that's what I like to hear. And that other one, man, he's going to high school. One of them going to high school this year.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see that. So I'm they're looking good, man. They're looking good.
Yeah, man. It feels good, man, to know you impacted some lives, man. And for the rest of their life, they're going to remember the time that you spent with them, man.
Absolutely.
It's amazing. It's amazing. But yeah, man, we're going to move right along with this show tonight. And we have a special guest that has joined us tonight by the name of Phillip Reid. Hey, Phillip, you there?
How's it going, fellas?
It's going great, man. It's going great. Even better that you're on the line with us talking tonight, man. We just want to thank you for coming on and just have you share your story. That's just who you are. That's a little summary about who you are with the world, man. And hopefully we can just inspire one more person to really pursue this STEM career and, give it all they got, man. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right. Well, first of all, I just want to say thanks for the invitation to come on. The work you guys are doing is highly commendable. What you guys are doing in the community, being mentors, being advocates and supporting the youth, that's really commendable. I just appreciate you guys. And like when I first heard of you guys, I think it was on Instagram one day. I seen it just pop up, and I had to go check you guys out. And you guys are doing just a wonderful just action to be out there in the community supporting giving them still a name for those in our community. So I really appreciate the work you guys are doing.
I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
And I guess just a little bit about myself. Born and raised in Indianapolis, Indiana. You might call it Naptown. Some people call it Naptown 317. But born and raised to my parents, they had 4 young boys. I was the one who always was fixing things. Was called Mr. Fix It. Fix that thing, tear that apart, put it back together. I was always that guy, that person to do such things, and just I guess that kind of helped along the way. Some other people saw that in me, and they kind of recommended me for different types of STEM programs, like kind of in middle school and things of that nature, kind of getting me acclimated with what engineering was. And those types of programs, such as one of them was called MEPI, the Minority Engineering Program of Indianapolis, that kind of just started me on the pathway to being an engineer. And that's where I'm at right now. I'm just like grinding every day, trying to learn something new, trying to learn how things work, and kind of figure it out from there.
Oh, great, man.
Awesome.
Great. So tell us what type of engineering you had going into, you specialize in?
So I went on, after graduation, I earned my mechanical engineering degree from Purdue University in 2013.
Nice.
And it was a road to even to get to that point. Like I said, I mean, I was definitely just put a lot of things were put in front of my plate to kind of check out a lot of summer camp opportunities to go see some different types of programs, STEM-related activities that I was kind of able to get involved with. Mm-hmm. And mechanical wasn't always my first choice. I wanted to do biomedical engineering. There was the first NESB conference I went to, the National Society of Black Engineers, in 2008 in Orlando, Florida. There was the chairperson at that point in time, Mr. Darrell Dickerson. He was a BME major from Purdue University, and I wanted to be just like him. Like, that really got me going. I believe I was in 11th or 10th grade at that point in time, and that kind of just really inspired me kind of to see where he was at in life, and I wanted to be a biomedical engineer. But when I got to college, that chemistry and that I didn't go too well for me. That was my favorite subject.
Tell me, was it organic chemistry that got you?
It wasn't organic. Would have been the next level. I was afraid of that first level before organic. Okay. But yeah, that wasn't my forte at all. But so I said I had to take the B off and just stick with ME.
No, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. Yeah, I tell you, man, chemistry. Man, I remember that day, man, when I went through General Chemistry 1, 2. And it was time for me to sign up for organic chemistry. And my brother, he went ahead and signed up for it. And I'm like, you know what, dude? I'm done. I'm bowing out, man. I'm not doing the chemistry route, man. And that's kind of when I started taking the turn away from, going into medicine and sticking more to the engineering route. That chemistry is just something. So I feel you. I said all that. I feel you when you say that chemistry, man, kind of shifted it. So with mechanical engineering, right? So mechanical engineering is very broad, and every time I'm talking to these students out there, they're always saying, oh, what do you, yeah, we know mechanical engineering, but what do you do? And I often tell the story how the way I fell into mechanical engineering is because I saw a helicopter on a computer screen, and I said, who designed helicopters? And it was a toss up between aerospace engineers and also mechanical engineers. I said, well, let me just become a mechanical engineer. But I've never been in a helicopter, nor have I ever been close to a helicopter before. But it got me going into mechanical engineering, and it's so broad. So what focus of mechanical engineering do you do?
Well, at the moment, it's not really. I'm looking into some other career opportunities. I'm looking to get into HVAC design systems, more or less on the consulting side. So kind of, I think, along the lines that you are doing. So,
yeah, I'm about to say you got the right person on the phone with you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that is. That was my my focus, man. That for many years. I don't do it as much per se now, hands-on, I kind of moved more into more the construction aspect of it. But yeah, for like 10 years, I was doing HVAC design for a couple of consultant firms that I worked for. And the way I fell into it was, I don't know what you do now in terms of mechanical engineering, but the way I fell into it was I went to try to get my master's in mechanical engineering, and I sat down with the advisor, and he said, "What do you want to focus on?" And I was like, I don't even know. He said, "Do you want to focus on fluids? You want to focus on thermodynamics, or you want to focus on HVAC?" And I'm like, I don't want to do fluids. I didn't want to do thermo. I mean, I kept being told that, that leads you to do being available to do a lot of research and like doing missile head design. I was like, all right, well, what about this HVAC? So yeah, I think you'd be a good fit for HVAC, but I didn't know what it was. I was like, HVAC, like only relationship I had with HVAC was, I always say this, I thought it was like the plumber that came to your house when your toilet getting stopped up. I'm like, dude, like I didn't go to school for this long to do that.
Let me ask you something, Ricky. How long were you in school before you decided which route to go? How long were you studying mechanical engineering before you decided which route to go?
3 years.
So in those 3 years, what exactly, I guess, are you guys learning mechanical engineering wise? Is it very generic information?
It's all the mechanical and fluid approach to engineering. So pretty much you're looking at fluids, you're looking at the flow of fluids, you're looking at material science, you're looking at thermodynamics and the way and heat transfer, you're looking at gears, and you're looking at a lot of, even touch a little bit in robotics. It touches a very broad spectrum of the engineering field on the mechanical side, moving parts, things that are moving. That's mechanical. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So tell me, Phillip, what is attracting you to the HVAC and the consultant world?
A lot of self-discovery. So back in school, I think they pushed the FE exam, but they didn't really push for the mechanical side. They didn't really push what you can do with that. And I know just throughout my own research, and the students, like they really pushed getting your professional engineering license and things of that nature. I never met a professional engineer before on the mechanical side. You will always meet them on the civil side, more or less. Yeah. And I was just wondering, what is this license for? What could I do with it? Like, what's the opportunities out there for me? What type of knowledge can I learn from it? And things like that. So I just, like these past couple of years, just been on the road of self-discovery, kind of learning about the field, attending NESB conference, I'm being allowed to take or at least get more information on the process, on what licensure is all about, and kind of go from there. Starting off and how you become you have to work under a professional engineer to get your accreditation up, and just kind of go through the process of learning and developing your own skills to become more knowledgeable about the sector. So that's what I've been doing these past couple years and months, kind of getting a better understanding, because it wasn't really pushed on the mechanical side for us as students coming in college. So I had to take it on myself. I know walking into buildings, new construction buildings, arenas, sports arenas, I'm always looking up, checking out the HVAC system. I'm always kind of seeing how light is coming into the building. I'm always seeing how energy is affected, how is it efficient here, things of that nature. That is always going on in my head. Things are numbers are always crunching in my head. So I'm trying to figure out what type of career path would be kind of be fitting of that. So the licensure thing came up. I got my EIT license or registration. Good. So it's just sitting there. I really haven't put it to use to some degree, if you know what I mean. So I want to be able to put it to use and gain more exposure, gain more knowledge in a career field that's endless and opportunities. I mean, there can be a sports arena, there can be a small commercial building, medical center, educational building, things like that. So I'm just kind of going through the steps and kind of getting more involved. We're trying to go towards that route to anything. Because I love thermodynamics. I love the HVAC analysis that we did and thermo. That was my favorite class. Like we had it. It was called ME 200. And then we had it again our junior year, ME 300. And for some odd reason, those are my best classes right there. So I just highly enjoyed that like concept and the things that we'll kind of learn through those.
Yeah. No, that's phenomenal, man. You know, it's a, like the process isn't as, so let me back up. And I'm very similar to you. In my undergraduate work, they did not focus as much on getting your PE as much as doing research. I was more focused on getting your PhD, and they really recommended students to come in for that. It wasn't until my last year that they put together a professional engineering EIT study class, so where you can everyone can come in for a semester, for a year, and just a class on how to take the FE exam. At that time, I was like, I am not interested in becoming a professional engineer, so I am not taking this class. I thought it started at another class, more work to do. And I was like, I ain't doing it. I'm gonna enjoy my 12 credits. Well, my 12 credits my last semester, but my 16 to 18 credits, and then my 12 credits my last semester, and get on out.
I can go from that mindset to years and years of trying to get the PE.
I tell you, so when I came out, I got a job offer, and the job offer I got was from a consultant firm. And I knew nothing of what they did. They had to explain to me, okay, this is what we do. This is what it's all about. And it's how it works, man. And this is, I know that God had pretty much set this up, because when I went for my interview to get into my graduate school, the first thing he pulls out of his desk before we even start focusing on what area I wanted to go into was his PE license. The chairman of the department, the dean of the department, he pulled out his PE license. He's like, yeah, you know what this is? I'm like, no, not really. He was like, yeah, this is what you want to get, a PE license. It's a stamp. You get your PE license, you get a stamp. I was like, oh, okay. And then that's how I started that journey into HVAC design. I started that first job, knew nothing about it, knew absolutely nothing about it. And, I just learned, I learned on a job. Of course, you apply to some of the knowledge that you get in school with heat transfer and things of that nature. You're able to see it live and see exactly how it works in a practical sense. And then I just grew in it. And then the thing with me, Ian, you know how I am, man, is like when I get into something and I'm like, oh, okay, well, I don't want to stay at a mediocre level. So it's like, what is that next level to get to?
Right.
And that next level was getting the PE. So I was like, all right, I got to give everything I got to get this PE. I got to give everything I got to get this PE. And thank God, man, that's a journey within itself, getting the PE. But I finally got it. And it definitely does, like a lot of my mentors have told me in the past, and I will pass it on to anyone else, is that it opens up doors. Oh my goodness, it opens up doors. And I didn't know what they meant when they said that, but trust me, it opens up doors that would not be open without it. And just having it and having that accomplishment. But what I'll say to you is, Phil, is that keep searching, man. I don't know where you are in the job hunting process. I mean, the best thing for you to do is outside of just research is just really get into the environment and start working in it every single day. That's going to be your best bet, and I know there are tons of engineering consultant firms that are looking for good talent right now. The industry is is doing very, very well. So it's hard for employers to find good help, because most of the good help is taken by other firms, and no one's trying to leave. So I would suggest, man, if you're in the Indianapolis area, I know there are tons of firms out there that would really be could use your skills and just your ambition and just your drive to really want to do well in this thing, and just start practicing it, man. Get into the industry and just start practicing, because it was a major shift for me. It was a lot of things I had to learn that I would not have learned without, being in that environment, specs and just the language and all that kind of stuff, man. So like I said, I don't know where you are in that process, but that I would suggest, man, that you find yourself.
Yeah, that language is a big
man.
thing, because I know just being around a construction, man, especially for me, I know nothing. Well, I mean, I'm learning a lot now, but coming into, my career, man, all the MEP, my mechanical, electrical work, man, that's like a foreign language to me. I can follow it a little better now because it's been some time. But first hearing these guys talk about all these different types of valves and heating hot water pumps and VAVs and all of that, man, I had no clue what the heck they're talking about. And my first project, Ricky, is a majority mechanical project.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like, it's a big learning curve. So that language is a really big thing. But now it's to the point I can actually carry a semi-intelligent conversation.
Yeah.
and follow what's going on.
Exactly. Because you're in it. You're in it. Yeah. And once you get in it and you learn the language, learn the culture, and you always be growing in it. The technology is always changing. I remember when I got to a point and I was thanking one of my mentors, like, thanks for all you showing me and everything. He was like, Rick, you're just getting started. You're just scratching the surface. And I was like, what do you mean, man? I thought we did a lot so far. He's like, just scratching the surface, bro. Just scratching the surface. And I was like, and I realized now, like, yeah, we were just scratching the surface. We didn't get anywhere yet. And, but yeah, it's an awesome industry, and just to tell you, it's part of, and what people don't see is that this industry, the construction industry, and I hope I don't quote it wrong. It ranked around let me see. I think it's 4.3% of the total spend of United States. So it was like 5 billion, something like that, 500 billion, somewhere around there. I was trying to pull my computer up to tell you the exact phrase. And it's a growing industry. And with a lot of people not really getting into it, there is a lot of space for you to grow and learn and really take advantage of it. Because a lot of people don't know about it, that whole space is just wide open, man. And I encourage anybody, if that's what their love is, get in it and enjoy the ride. Yep.
And I think, and being from the Midwest, it's kind of big. Manufacturing is kind of big in this area. So you have the big three, you have the automotive plants, and maybe some diesel corporations. So there's a lot of manufacturing in this area in general. So maybe that might have been the reason why I wasn't as pushed as much. But yeah, I mean, there's so much out there. Like there's so many things you can do within all the different mechanical, or at least just the engineering fields themselves. Like you don't have to limit yourself to anything at all.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell us a little bit more about, and probably the last question here. What would you advise for students, man, that are coming up? They want to get into the STEM industry, whether it be an engineer, scientist, whatever it may be. Tell them give them some advice as to how to get through the college years.
Right. Getting through the college years. It's going to be a challenge. They're going to have to be diligent. They're going to have to be strong-minded. They're going to have to put in some work in to do it. College is not going to come easy at all. And that's what you want. You want a challenge. You want something that's going to challenge you to get better, learn something new every day. Learn some new skills, learn some new techniques and things of that nature. But I think an overall concept that I used was get around different people, get a group of like-minded people who want to grind out, who want to do better, who want to learn the concept, who want to learn the different things, the tools necessary to kind of move forward in life. And I mean, I had so many groups on campus myself that kind of, they helped me along the way. We helped each other with different things. I had my NESB family. I had my mechanical engineering family. And those were even kind of cross sometimes at all, sometimes. And there was just a lot of groups and trying to create a genuine feel of family. I have friends that are my brothers from South Korea, from Qatar, from India, from Canada, from all over the world. Like we became a melting pot at Purdue, and those are the type of people that you want to surround yourself with, who are like-minded, trying to grind out, and kind of surround themselves with those people who want to grind and kind of do better for themselves. And that's one thing I would really stress. Kind of surround yourself with a group of people who are really striving for greatness, who want to do better, who want to learn the material, and just don't want to slack off from school. Because there's a lot of opportunities to kind of just fall off the wagon here and there. But you gotta stay focused. You gotta stay the course if you want to make it through any engineering group or any program in college at all.
Yeah.
So you gotta stay focused and be strong-willed.
Yeah. You know, I know you guys were both like this one. So I was talking to a group of students, and I mentioned, you know, the exact same statement that you made in the beginning is it's not going to be easy. You know, and one thing I told them, I said, listen, you know, everyone here, you know, want to go after STEM, and it's great. You know, I want you to do that, but I also want you to realize that there are going to be a lot of things that you have to sacrifice. There are going to be a lot of things that you have to you give up. You know, and you're not going to your college life is not going to look the same as other students that may be in different majors. It's just not going to look the same. And you're not going to be able to go as many of the parties. You're not going to be able to go just chill out whenever you want to chill out. It's just not going to be the same. And some person got upset with me and told me, they said, so you're telling me that people that are in other majors, they don't work hard? I said, "Oh no! I know she's not trying to check me here." I said, "Not saying you guys don't work hard, but
it's a different animal. That's all.
It's just a different animal, completely different beast. You know, you gotta do your thing to get an A, and however you do it, that's what you do. But I'm telling you, when you enter the STEM space, and what I said, you're not just writing papers and doing research, but you're actually doing stuff. You know, you're actually doing hands-on stuff. You're actually. I'm
about to say, mine was basically projects all the way through.
Yeah, that's it, man. I mean, you were staying up late nights and.
Oh man, it's funny. I just had a girl reach out to me, man. She said, "Yeah, Ian, I haven't talked to you since last time I heard your story on the podcast about those crazy nights and just the way the schedule was, you know, for those architecture projects." And I was like, yeah, but you know, but it definitely molds you. It molds your mindset. Yeah, because you're going to get it done. Yeah, and the maturity comes in because in high school, you know, you hear a lot of people complain, there's too much work, blah blah blah. But in college, it can be too much work. You can be as mad as you want. At the end of the day, you got to get the work done.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And you're going to do what it takes to get that work done to keep moving. Period.
Yeah, that's it.
So,
that's it. That's it. So guys, man, no, Phillip, man, we really appreciate you coming on tonight, man. And definitely, man, let's stay in touch, man. I want to see you through to getting this PE. I want to see you through, man, and just, you know, finding that dream job, man, so you can follow your passion, man, in this engineering. So let's definitely stay in contact. You got all my information. And reach out to me, man, and let's make this happen. But STEM World, you know, we're going to bring this session to a close, and want to thank you for listening to another episode of the STEM Dialogue. We'll be back with you next time at the same place on the STEM Dialogue. All right, everyone. Peace.
You've been listening to the STEM Dialogue. For more information and inspiration, check out rickyventures.com. The STEM Dialogue will return the same time next week. This has been brought to you by Ricky Ventures Enterprise.